Welcome to the weekly report on the crypto market, where every day feels exactly the same.
Wake up, ChatGPT. Give me the top 3 Mews of the week.
Okay, 1. Shiro has officially reached $1. 2. A new creative bounty mission has gone live. 3. The community hit a new all-time high in holders this week.
Perfect. Let's start the show.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Weekly Mew. I really should give myself a little bit longer intro. I think I need to do like a 2-minute video intro, just because of the way StreamYard works. You basically can't pre-schedule a stream on X. So when it starts every time, I'm always sharing the X link around. And I have that 30-second countdown and then like a 45-second intro. But I need a couple more minutes every time. So I definitely need to either get a new intro or get an additional thing to give us a little bit of extra time there. Yeah, welcome to the Mew. Let me make sure I have it done from the Shiro account too. Join the Weekly Mew. Big charity drive updates. Woo. Okay. All right. Yeah. Welcome in. Hopefully we got some people in here. I got one comment so far, so we got listeners. We're live. If my sound starts cutting in and out, let me know. I'll join from the phone. I see I have a little halo going, but hopefully that's not too bad. Not too bad. All right. Yeah. So hi everybody. I'm Hiro. If you don't know me, get to know me. I'll be here. Really happy to be here this week and to be, sharing Shiro. Man, it's been a fun week, right? We had a very busy week in Shiro. We've had a lot of growth. We've been fighting for, and fighting's a good word for what Shiro is, right? I feel like Shiro has been a constant battle against every kind of outside influence and sometimes inside influence you could have. And we are winning the battle, right? And I think that's what we can say about Shiro is at the end of the day, like we fought, like we fought everything. And I told the story yesterday on an AMA with Golem's Gyms, and it was, even to me, a little eye-opening, just kind of talking about, the background of Shiro, what we've been through, and then, coming out the other side of that, right? And what that looks like, what that story looks like. And even the host of the space yesterday said, it's kind of amazing. And this is a story that everyone can tell. If you guys succeed and get back to, all-time highs, or if you really become, the biggest cat coin, like it's a story that, it's just unmatched in crypto, right? In that, we've just fought through everything. And, here we are. And here we are, day 15 of Mission Meow. I would say it's been successful so far. Very great initiative. It's been a lot of fun. We have a gaming contest going. I think it ends tomorrow. If you aren't playing in that tournament, try out Shiro Asteroids. Have a chance to win some prizes. We've had some Mission Meow Me, turn Shiro cat, Miami into cats, which has been a lot of fun. We had a Gate.io trading competition launch this week, which is still going for about a week. And that's a huge trading competition. I definitely have seen we've seen a huge uptick in our overall volume across exchanges, across our decks. It's a little slower today, which it's the weekend. On the weekend, it's always a little slower. Yesterday was a little slower going into the weekend, and we've had a little bit of market pullback as well. So, we had an incredible run up in Shiro, where we went from around 6 million market cap to, I think we peaked at about 12.5 million. It's healthy to have a pullback from there, and to see the chart pull back from there is a healthy thing. And we talk about growth, right? But the idea of Shiro is not to just go crazy in one day and have a unsustainable market cap, right? It just leads to disappointment. So to have a run up, to have it sustain, towards the top of that run up, to have a little pullback with the market, it's normal things. And we are still sitting, at a very nice level. We're up pretty comfortably from all-time lows. We have people accumulating supply still. We've had some big new whales come in, and our fat cat group continues to grow. I think we have over 150 fat cats now, which again, if you're not part of the fat cats, it's a very special group, right? And it's I've never seen a more active group of whales, right? That really just care about the project, that want to work, that want to do things, that create every day. And so, it's a special place to be. But I feel like, that bleeds over to our community as well. And why, people want to be part of this community. And we had a huge uptick in community growth yesterday with this Golems AMA. And I have a feeling, while we don't see immediate returns sometimes from some of these marketings that we do, you still see more eyes, right? And more eyes on the project. And it's like, okay, well, I listened to this AMA. I liked what I heard. I'm going to kind of check it out, right? And so, there's probably a lot more people watching Shiro, watching the price, looking for entry that weren't yesterday. And I think that's, the goal of these AMAs, of all these, things that we're doing. We've gone on a bit of an AMA tour over the last 2 weeks, where, really Shiro's kind of been everywhere on X, and, now in Telegram. And, it's important to have that for our growth. So very excited to see, kind of how this plays out, and how, all these little pieces that we kind of keep putting together, keep building, continue to really grow our community, grow our awareness in the space. And, like Golems Gyms, that's a group that was very exclusive for a long time. I remember them very, very distinctly from when I started out in crypto. And I remember all the Golems Gyms people all had the GG, and they had their little things. And I remember just kind of how strong their army was. And I do know that, they have a lot of Ethereum whales there. So really, like I said, people that we're talking to every day right now, and working with, and it really is all about building awareness. And so, this is a marketing initiative that sometimes it's a little slower, right? We aren't looking to, I mean, let's say, If we were to go up 10 times today, I wouldn't be disappointed, but it wouldn't be sustainable. So, you look at Ethereum, you look at, the market right now, you look at what's going on, and we're positioning ourselves very, very well for it, I believe, and really happy about, the progress. Speaking of progress, I have been starting this little initiative that on the weekly Mew Day, I'm going to be releasing a Shiro supply shock update. And I have it ready, but we have a graphic that we've designed, so I haven't released yet the actual numbers. But looking at those numbers week to week, so from week 1 to week 2, we actually ate away a little over 2% of the supply in our liquidity pools. And this week, we actually ate 8.8% of the total supply in the liquidity pools. So in 2 weeks, we've cut our liquidity pool down by 10% to 10% of what it was, right? So it was a little over 3%. Now it's at about 2.8%. It's at 3.2%, 3 point something. I don't know off the top of my head, but really, so we've cut over 10% of what was in the liquidity pool from our supply in 2 weeks. That's huge, and I can't explain how much that this constant progress actually really does for us. And this is that mindset of, we're building long term. We want to do this long term. And so focusing on this drop from week to week is something that I think is going to become something we celebrate, right? I think that, an 8.8% drop week over week is just massive. And once we are getting down to that 1%, in the liquidity pool level, then we're really going to be seeing like just insane price movements from, these buys. We saw it some this week. We had some really big buys come in. It really brought our market cap up, and we didn't see a ton of sell pressure. And so, really, that's kudos to our group and to the belief in what we're doing and what we're building, and that Shiro can and will become more. I can only say we're going to continue to work, we're going to continue to grind, and we're going to continue to focus on, dropping the supply and really bringing the supply shock into. We're going to speak it into existence. And I think that's an important piece of what Shiro is, what we're building, and with the burns and the supply shock and the revenue, generation that we're going to get from our bridge. I think that we're really going to really be putting ourselves in a position that we can experience the supply shock, and then we can really see this growth as big buys come in and people hold, and we'll see it, on an exponential level. So really excited about it. So let's celebrate 8.8% and over 10% in 2 weeks. That's a huge, huge accomplishment, and great job, everyone. Really, I'm proud. I'm proud of what we're doing. We have another big week ahead. Right now, and today, our dev is completing the Solana bridge. The testing has been ongoing. It's been a bit of a process. This is a first, and I have to highlight that, because the reason why things are not ready now and going and already running and released is that this is the first CCIP bridge by Chainlink that will be going from Solana to Ethereum through a project. There is no documentation on how to create this using that functionality. There's no, there's no clear path. And so really this service that we can offer other projects, doing it so early really becomes a huge positive, right? Like nobody else has it. Nobody has the tech yet there in front of them. And so we are going to be the first to have it and to be able to offer it to other people. That's massive. It's just a massive accomplishment. And again, it's taken longer than expected, but our dev has it working. They're bridging back and forth between Solana and Ethereum, testing all the Wallet Connect stuff, and very thoroughly going through everything right now. But it's just about ready to go. So we're going to be looking at very soon, and we'll announce when it happens. But we'll announce that the bridge is an audit, and then we'll set a date. And I'm really excited about it. I can't wait. The marketing that we're building up going into it is really big. We have some really great supporters that are going to help us. We have some big partnerships lined up. We're going to be doing some community airdrops to other people. We're going to be doing some things through Flues. We have just this whole network that gets opened, its door open to Shiro, and Shiro's doors open to them. And I talked about it a little bit yesterday. There are not many projects on Solana like Shiro. There's just not, right? You have tons of meme coin volume on Solana. You have just constant launches happening. But Shiro's going to offer people something different, right? It's not just about rotating. It's not just about, I went into this launch and then I'm going to this launch and then I'm going to this launch. And that's going to happen. We're going to have that. We're going to have people that do that. But we're also going to draw in people that want something different. And I think that is our angle, right? That is Shiro's angle here, right? Is to come in and offer something different, offer something that is sustainable, something you can actually be on Solana and sleep on, something that you can actually come in and feel part of something. And everyone wants it. Everyone needs it. Like it's something, there is a reason why there's cult coins. There's a reason why there's coins that people stay in and for years and believe and build up. And there's a reason that 5 years later, SHIB is still a top, 20 project and Doge is a top project, right? Like it's because these communities believe in things and they want to be part of something and they are, right? You are part of something. And that's what Shiro is going to be for a lot of people on Solana. And our community is something that I think that they'll fall in love with. And not everyone, right? Like we won't retain everyone, but if we retain 10% of, 20,000 people, we just added 2,000 really great community members, right? Like that's just a huge number when we're talking about what we have. And, right now, right now, looking at our Telegram, we have a huge Telegram, but how many people are actively daily talking in there? And we've seen a huge growth of that over the last 2 weeks. I can tell you that. We've seen about 30% growth in our active member engagement, which is huge, right? Like people that weren't engaging before or people newly coming into the Telegram. That's huge. And again, it's part of Mission Meow Me. It's part of the contest. It's part of our community, just being a place that, people want to be. So the Solana launch is just huge for that, right? Of us actually marketing Shiro as a place you can be safe. And we want to market with other projects that are safe. We want to partner with other projects that are building. We want to offer our bridge to those projects. We want to offer to those projects. We want to, give them a utility that, they wouldn't have otherwise. And then in turn, we help grow our project. And I think that Shiro really can be this outlet for people that are looking for something different. So that's why I'm so excited about the Solana launch, and why I think, we are going to be setting things apart. Huge week ahead. Another huge week ahead. We have every day, something coming, something to do, something to talk about. I even don't know what everything is right now, which is great. And at the same time, you have so many things happening on a day-to-day basis. We're constantly having partnership calls and calls with whales and recruitment calls and charity drive calls. And we're just constantly building, networking, working right now. And I think this mission Meow Me has really set us on a different level for execution, right? Like I feel like we've committed to this, and so now there's this pressure to execute, to make sure we have something, to make sure we're continuing to deliver, and we're doing that, and we're doing it at a very high level. We have some big partnerships being aligned, and constant things in works, right? This week, we're expecting, we have our Gate.io trading competition. This week, we're expecting something with MEXC with some marketing. We're already, talking more listing opportunities, looking at places that we can really branch out Shiro and grow our community, in different regions, right? I think that different regions is important to focus on. We had our really awesome Spanish AMA last week. And I know Ragnar got his new mixer board. So we'll be expecting some of that, and maybe partnering with some other Spanish communities. I've been connected with a couple of Spanish communities that really, maybe, working together with other Spanish communities and introducing them to our Shiro Spanish community is a huge idea and an opportunity for growth, right? Looking at, our markets overseas and growth over there, I think that is going to be a huge opportunity for Shiro's growth. Continuing to expand our social network. I know we are expecting to have our week 2 or our season 1 episode 2 release this week across our socials, and building those up. So we'll be seeing a lot more content on those starting this week. We had a little bit of issue with some blacklisting on there because of some of the tags that were used. So we were trying to figure out what was causing that, and it kind of set back the release a little bit, but it's all in the works. We have another utility build that is a secret utility build that's going to be starting this week. It's going to have some burn capabilities and some deflationary aspects built in for Shiro into it. I'm really excited about that. And I want to really just kind of finish off today. This one's probably going to be a little bit shorter, but the biggest thing for Shiro right now, the biggest thing I think we could do for Shiro, and this isn't specifically focused around price growth. And I'm really excited to talk about it. I've talked about it a little bit, leaked it a little bit. We'll probably do a full announcement on it tomorrow, as our tomorrow's, announcement. But, I want to talk about it because it's something I'm really proud of. And I want, our community to be proud of it as well. This is a time in crypto where there's so much going on. There's so many things happening. There's, the crypto market's running, but I feel like a lot of what happens in crypto is so focused on price and on, what happened with this and what happened with that, and really it's so internally driven and not focused on what good crypto can do. And over the last month, we actually had a month, 2 months. We had a new fat cat come in and really took it on themselves to really approach us with this prospective idea to do some charity work and have Shiro be kind of a focus of that charity work. And we're in a good position now. And it's taken a lot of work. It's taken a lot of effort. It's taken a lot of time, especially after the hack, to get in a position financially where Shiro can again start looking at outreach, looking at what we can do, looking at what we can build, looking at all the different aspects of crypto and what good we can do with it. We're there. And early days Shiro, we did a Red Cross donation for the fires. That's awesome, right? Like, I think that's great to be able to do, but it's not very personal, right? Like, I mean, yes, it can be heartfelt, it can be personal. Yes, we did a donation, but this fat cat and then multiple fat cats now. We actually have 3 people that are working on this first initiative. And we are actually starting our own, dare I call it, this is a pilot. This is a pilot program that we're starting for the Shiro Nico Foundation. So we already have the Shiro Nico Foundation. We are legalized in Panama as the Shiro Nico Foundation. We are a nonprofit organization that is run out of Panama. So we are the Shiro Nico Foundation. The Shiro Nico Foundation is doing a pilot to start a charity wing. And this pilot is going to start with actually coming this week. It's going to start, which is crazy because time just flies. Our fat cat, and they're flying out on the 20th of this month, going to be in Pakistan for 3.5 weeks. We already have 2 other fat cats that are located there that are going to be assisting in this charity drive, in this pilot program. And I say pilot program because if this is successful, if we can pull this off, if it goes well, we already have 2 to 3 other countries that we already want to execute this in. So really, it's just a start of what I think can be something really, really great that we can do with Shiro and as a community, and again, be proud of, right? Like, this is something I want to be proud of, something we're doing other than the community we built, and I want us to be proud of our project. And I talk about Shiro, and when I do, I'm proud of us, right? I'm proud of what we created and what we're doing. But this is a whole nother level. So our fat cat is flying on the 20th to Pakistan. We are going to have stickers and ration bags made with some Shiro branding on them. We're going to be having some Shiro t-shirts made. We're going to have some other things. We're going to have a camera crew out there to really kind of film and really show what's happening. And so we'll have a lot of content that will be coming out from this. But really, the idea is going to Pakistan. We're going to do a year of food for a shelter. Have already reached out to the shelter. They're in serious need of fans for cooling. They've had overheating issues. So we're going to be providing fans there. I believe the team is going to be working in the shelter some and helping out. And so, we're going to be giving back in this way. And the shelter, a year of food for a shelter it's pretty awesome. And it's dogs and cats. And I think that's, again, going back to, something that I think is close to all of us, right? Like we all love dogs, we all love cats. And, we're really here to celebrate our Shiro, and his growth. But, like Shiro was built around, cats and dogs can work together. Cats and dogs can be one. It doesn't have to be a war or whatever. This is taking that on a whole nother level. So a year of food for the shelter, providing fans for the shelter. But on top of that, we have a whale in Pakistan, and he's done a lot of charity work. And he said, basically he had this insight that, if you are working with charities there, basically they'll take your money and they'll help and they'll do great things, but you don't get to be a part of it. So he actually had this idea and recommended it to us that we basically put together ration bags with food, with necessities, with other things that really can help families. And these ration bags, putting them together and then going out on our own and giving them out. And really doing it in two different locations. There's going to be two different locations in Pakistan that they're going to do this. And really, I just, hope that it can help families, that it make a difference. And I can't wait to see it, right? I can't wait to see the impact, what it does, what it can do, what we can do as Shiro. So that's going to be happening, this week. And yeah, it's the first time. It's going to be something we all learn from. We can continue to kind of build out on it from there. But I'm really proud of this. I'm really proud of the fact that we're able to do this. That that it's going to happen. I'm proud that we have a group of people that are willing to sacrifice their time and efforts to do it. And I'm excited to see, what comes of it. And this charity wing will soon have a name to identify it off of. We're working on that right now. In fact, we have some really good ideas. But yeah, I think that this is something really massive. And again, while it doesn't directly impact our price, and some investors probably won't care, I think that our community will, and I think that we will be able to show an impact from this. And I think that I'm pretty touched by it. So hopefully others are as well, and we can continue to grow this, right? I think that there's a lot of opportunity here to work with other projects in the future, to grow this charity wing with other projects, and to do some very special things within crypto. And really, what better what better can you do, right? Like I support a project. This project is doing things, it's building things, it's building DeFi, and then it's got charity aspects as well, and doing some really amazing things like that. That's something I think we all can be proud of. And I think that it's just the beginning of that. Just like it's the beginning of Shiro's return. This is the beginning of that. I leaked a lot of things today, guys. In my rambling, I leaked a lot of things. I leaked, a new utility coming. This this was supposed to be our announcement for tomorrow, but I really wanted to talk about it in a more personal way, just to really just talk about the impact and what we can do. And I think it's just the beginning of that, and I'm excited about it, excited about where it can go from here. And yeah, congratulations on our pilot program for our charity initiative, and it will have a name very soon. I actually have a name, but I don't want to say it yet until we all have really agreed that that's the one we want. So, updates for this week, lots coming. Charity drive starting, another contest starting. Probably have some partnership announcements. We'll definitely have some contests. I think we actually have our first Shiro trivia night scheduled for this week. Tune in, get locked in. Let's go. We got a lot going. It's kind of weird. You have your highs and then your little pullbacks, and everybody kind of goes quiet. The quiet times are the times to work hardest. I'm still here working hard every day. Team's still working hard every day. We ask everyone, keep going, keep working. We're going to get to where we want to be as long as we all continue to grind our butts off. And I'm committed to it. I know the team's committed to it. I know many of you are. And the more doing it, the more work you see, the more effort people put out, the more just raw want other people will have to do the same thing. And I gotta say, we all lead by example, right? And so if you're there and you're like, I don't know, like I'm just kind of quiet today because the market's kind of down, get out there, work hard. We're all working hard. That's how we grow. That's how we do it. That's how we are different. Is we're going to outwork everyone else out there. We're going to outwork every other project out there until we are the top cat in crypto. That's my say. We're going to outwork everyone. That's it. You won't find harder workers. You won't. We're there every day. We show up, and this community does too. And we appreciate you for it. So, Hero signing off. Have a good week. See you.